Hi everybody, so today I've got a mixture of things to show you, starting with Erborian, which is one of my favourite brands that I've never shown on this channel, starting with the Skin Perfecting Cream, which has actually been around for quite a while, but also using their new concealer which launched this year, and I have really enjoyed this, so I really wanted to show you how effective this is. I've got 3 shades of the new Haus Labs blush. I'll be trying all 3 of these on for you today, and I've got 4 shades of the new Lancôme Butterglow. I've got them in all the different colour varieties, so you can have a really good idea of how these will look pigment wise. And I've also finally got my hands on the Lancôme Richelieu wing palette, which is so beautiful. I want to unbox this with you to show you everything I love about this. This is not particularly new, it could have been even last year, it's quite a while ago, but it ran out of stock so quickly. I'm delighted I finally got my hands on it, so I really want to show you this and use it for the first time with you. And if you're new here on this channel, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, I'm not a professional, just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. I upload here twice a week at the very least, and if you're interested in my reviews and any looks I might be wanting to show you, then I would love it so much if you liked and subscribed. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for returning. And if you want to know about my skin tone, I've got fair to light skin with neutral/cool undertones. I've got combination skin with a slightly oily T-zone. Anyway, let's get on with this video. Starting with Erborian, I'm going to use the CC cream first, the Skin Perfector. If you're not familiar with Erborian, it's a Korean brand and they've won quite a few awards, or certainly been nominated for a few and won at least one. They are extremely popular. If you go on their website, you will see they've got huge reviews. Now, I've been using this for some time. It reminds me a little bit of the Trini London one, if you're familiar with her CC cream. That one has a very similar effect, but I actually prefer this one. This one, it just really balances out your skin tone, gives you a luminous finish. It gives you light coverage and a very natural finish. It also has SPF 25 in it, but I do have my SPF 50 underneath, so it's just a topper, but it's good to have the extra, especially in the summer. This is something as well, they do a body cream, and I love that one because it works in exactly the same way. And then if you want to match your neck or your arms to your face and you want everything to be the same colour, that's a really good way of doing it. Or if you don't want to wear tan, it's a really good way of having a tan that you can just wash off. So I recommend their body cream as well, if it's still in stock, that is. So I'll show you how this looks. It literally comes out like a white moisturiser, and this just gets applied with the hands. You really don't need to do anything else. So now if you look at my redness, I'm just going to rub this in. I've gone for quite a generous amount, but what will happen is colour breaks through and starts to match with your skin tone as you apply it. I'll start putting some on my nose so you can see the redness disappear on my nose pretty much instantly. So I've got mine in the shade Clair. Now obviously this gives you a very light coverage, so what I like to do with this is use it for a no makeup day, or just as a base. This is a really good base if you're using maybe a light coverage foundation and you just want that bit of extra balance before you go in with it. This also contains Centella Asiatica, if that's pronounced properly, and it feels so soothing. It's like a really lovely moisturiser. It's so nice to wear. But can you see now the correction I've got on my skin? You would never know I'd really put anything on, but it's given me a lovely, natural, perfected finish. So if you look at this side where I haven't rubbed anything in, you can still see all my redness here. And then this side where I have rubbed it all in. It really is beautiful. I highly recommend this. I've been using this for about 2 years on and off, and I love it. And then it'll correct all the redness on this side too. And I tend to get quite a bit of redness on my chest area here, so I like to take a bit here as well, just to correct all of this area. My neck will initially go bright red because it doesn't like to be touched, but it will perfect it. It really will. It's just beautiful. I love this finish. So there it is, the full face of the Erborian. It really is a perfect natural finish. If you just don't want any makeup, but you just want to feel perfected, this on its own with nothing else, you will absolutely love it. I promise you, it really is very good. But obviously if you're looking for coverage, you're not going to get coverage with it. And you get 45 millilitres and it's £42, but there is an offer at the moment, 20% off if you buy it in a set with the new concealer. And the new concealer is £35, but if you get the set of the 2 together, they have this current offer, which I have put a link for below. So I've linked all of these products individually, but I've also linked this as the deal offer as well, if you wanted to try the the two together, which I would definitely recommend trying. £61.60 it comes down to with the 20% off. So anyway, here is the concealer. I've only tried this once or twice because I have been waiting really to do this review before I put it into my rotation, but when I've tried it I've been very impressed and I just want to add it into my regular rotation, which is why I'm doing this review now. So this offers medium to full coverage and it's a concentrated serum, which is why I love it. Anything serum based, my mature skin loves. I tend to get no caking, no creasing into the lines, and it just sits beautifully all day if it's a serum base, usually anyway. This says it will also cover up any dark circles and blemishes. This is called the Super BB Concealer. So you may have heard that term before with moisturiser sort of foundation bases, but it's the same sort of principle being applied to the concealer. And this contains 5% niacinamide, 2% white ginseng complex, and it's got SPF 25. So I've got mine in the shade Clair, which is the same shade I had for the CC cream. And I'm going to be using this today to correct everything. So I'm going to start with under the eyes. I'm using my Angie Hot and Flashy. All brushes are linked below. This is my number one pretty much brush. This one and the Nikki La Rose, both BK Beauty. I love BK Beauty brushes. Can you just see, it's in, it's already gone in. That's it. It just absorbs beautifully, it really does. I will go back over it towards the end, but at the moment it's just looking perfect. And here it is close up. I just wanted to show you how good this looks without me really patting it in or doing much at all. Straight away my skin has just absorbed it so beautifully. I also feel it has corrected underneath the eyes, any darkness I have here in the corner. It's so comfortable and just so easy. You saw how quickly this went in. I'm going to now use it in the places where I don't have coverage from that CC cream. So I want to cover here where I have this age spot and a bit of redness on my chin, which is still visible. So there, look at the coverage that's given me. So you can use this with the CC cream. They're such similar consistency, so they work together so well and your skin just feels beautiful. Honestly, it's such a lovely combination and it's so easy. It's a very easy base. The redness in my chin is definitely corrected further there, so I'm very pleased with the coverage I've got from that. Just adding a bit here to the forehead where I've got a few red dots that need a bit more coverage. And for me, that's it. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this as my full base. So I've got the tiniest little bit of concealer on my face, a little bit under the eyes, and I've just got the CC cream and my skin just feels so moisturized, hydrated, beautiful, and it's so easy. It really is. You will not find an easier base and your skin will love it. Honestly, I know I'm going on, but I absolutely adore this base. So I really wanted to show you that. So I've gone off camera, added some bronzer, and I've now powdered the concealer and everything in. When I say powdered, I only mean the T-zone because I've left the rest of my face as it is, and I really like the finish. Just look how beautiful that is. It's so natural, isn't it? I love it. And if you're interested in the bronzer I used, I've been using this new one from Vive, which I actually tested in my last video. I say new, it's new to me. It's not that new, but it's new to me. And this one is in the shade Light, and I am loving it. The perfect, perfect shade. If you want to check out that video, I have fallen in love with Vive after trying all these products out. So anyway, let's get on to these blush sticks. These are from Haus Labs. These are £30 each. These are described as a balm, and you can get 8 different shades in these. I've obviously just picked up the 3. So this is described as a skincare serum stick. It says it delivers high performance colour, while goji berry complex makes your skin look more plump, and fermented arnica, which seems to be in all of the Haus Lab products, in the foundation and everything, that visibly reduces redness and irritation. So on top of what I've already done, my skin should be well and truly perfected if that's true. This cream blush stick immediately boosts skin hydration by 62%, it says. So this really is packed full of skincare. As we said, the fermented arnica, which reduces redness and irritation. The goji berry boosts radiance and makes your skin look plump. The fermented shiunko, I don't know if I've said that right, promotes collagen synthesis and antioxidant protection. Fermented green tea, which supports elasticity. Fermented licorice root, which soothes and brightens. Plant squalane, which nourishes and softens. Vitamin E, which combats oxidative stress. So much skincare, which I love. I really approve of skincare in makeup, especially on mature skin. I think it works beautifully. So I'm going to start with the deepest shade in pink. I'm going to do the 2 pinks on one side and the more orange on the other. I'm trying this straight onto the cream base with no powder, but I will actually powder at the end and try it on top so you can see if it works on powder. So the 2 shades I've got in pink are Hibiscus and Rosette. And here's a more close-up look at the packaging. It's quite a sort of thin plastic packaging, but it's still very neat, very lightweight. So these are one of these roll-ups, very similar to the Pat McGrath if you've tried those. So I'm going to start with Hibiscus and I'm going to put some here. Hopefully it won't lift my base, we'll see what happens. And I'm going to use my 109. I'm starting at the top because I'm going to use the other pink at the lower part of the cheek. Well, that has pretty much vanished. So I wouldn't say that was terribly pigmented. I don't want to keep rolling over my face because I will risk upsetting the base. So I'm going to take some with the brush and try and build it up there. That's coming up a lot better actually. That's a lot better. So maybe it's better to do it that way. That's a really nice shade, isn't it? Very natural. I think if I wasn't trying all 3 on, this would be the perfect shade for this look to sort of complete the natural look. Just taking it a little bit into the eye there. It does have a very sheer finish, very, very balmy, not terribly sticky. I do feel like it is lifting my base a little bit now though, which is a shame. This one here is Rosette. I'm not going to put that directly on because of the effect it's having on, oh, that's got a much bigger pop of pink, hasn't it? That is pretty though. I'm going to need to go over this with my bronzer brush to rescue me a little bit, but it's quite easily done because it just melts and disappears. I think when this is powdered down it's likely to disappear quite a bit as well. It's extremely shiny. It's given me a very sort of wet look. I can't say I'm in love with this product, to be honest with you. The colour does sort of disappear as it melts in and it just leaves this very sort of wet finish. And it's lifted my base a bit. I'm going to try it on top of powder. I might prefer it that way, but at the moment I can't say I'm massively in love with that. It's just okay, but it's something I can't see me reaching for regularly, to be honest. Just putting a tiny bit more of Rosette on. I'll just leave it before I add any powder so I can still see the pigment. And I'll put a tiny bit more of Hibiscus here at the top. And for me, this would have to be set down. I'll just show you what I mean by that, because if I just catch my finger on it, see how I've instantly just got a white streak? So there's no way I could just leave this on because I've only just got to touch my face during the day and it will just disappear. So I don't see this having an awful lot of longevity either unless it's powdered down. So this one is a Glassy Tangelo. Now this is super bright, so I'm not sure how I'll get on with this, but I do love orange blush. So I thought I'd just go for it and see what happens. I'll take a little bit on the brush and let's see. Go in by the others, they do just disappear, so that is a bright colour. So that's Tangelo after I've worked it in. Again, I'll just put a tiny pop here. I actually really like this shade, a very nice summery shade, really pretty. So here's how both sides are looking. This is the Tangelo and this is the Rosette and the Hibiscus, you know, sort of moulded into one there. I'm going to powder them down now to see how they powder down. I just wanted to point out actually the powder I'm using at the moment. I forgot I had this. Somebody commented on one of my videos asking me about it and I just forgot it was in my collection from last year from Dior. It says limited edition, but it's a year now and it's still on the website. And honestly, I love this so much. If you've got my skin tone, this is perfect for under the eyes and over the face, everywhere. In fact, I love this under the eyes. At the moment, it's my favourite one for under the eyes. It's got a sort of lavender shade, the powder. You can only really see it through the mesh. It's a little bit dirty now because I did use this a lot last year. I don't know how I forgot about it. So this is called Blooming Boudoir. I have linked it below for you, but this one is so good, it really is. It did have a lovely smell when I first got it, but seems to have lost the smell completely now. Anyway, I'm going to powder over the blush so I can see how this looks powdered down, and because basically it'll be off my face in a flash if I don't. And I'll put a tiny bit on top to see if it works on top of powder. And obviously it's taking the shine off, which personally I prefer because the shine on this was pretty strong. And it's not a sort of highlight shine, it's more of that wet look shine, but it was too much for me. In fact, the shine is coming through quite a lot underneath the powder, so this is definitely one I'd recommend powdering down. I don't seem to have lost much colour powdering down actually, which does normally happen, so it does seem to retain its colour when powdered down, so that's made it better for me. I'm going to put a tiny bit, because I've got so much colour, just a tiny bit of the Hibiscus, which seems to be the lightest. And I'll put it on both sides so I've got a bit more of an even colour. So we'll see how this sits on top of powder. That seems to be working quite nicely actually. It looks a lot nicer on top of powder, you know. Oh, that is much nicer. It's just not that sort of intense glossy shine. It seems to be going on really well. In fact, I think it goes on much better. Because when you're putting it straight onto fairly creamy skin, because obviously I've just got the CC cream, it just sort of melted and spread and it needed a bit more controlling, whereas when it's on top of the powder you're able to give more of a precise application. I definitely prefer it like this, you know. So here's how it's looking on top of powder. So I would have said these were going to be a complete fail until I tried that on top of powder. I really like it on top of powder, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying that Tangelo one, which is lovely actually. So I'll definitely be trying these out more. I thought they were just going to go away, to be honest, and never be used again. But yeah, much nicer on top of powder. So I do like them, definitely. I'm not sure if they're a favourite, but I definitely like them. So now onto this Lancôme Richelieu wing palette. So if you've already seen this several times here on YouTube, please feel free to skip ahead. I just wanted to show you in case you haven't, because I am so excited to finally get my hands on this. I did try to get it the first time it came out, but it had just sold out in a flash. And last time checking, at the time of putting this video up, it was still available. So the link is below if you want to find this one. I don't know if it'll come back again. It was out for a very long time. I just wanted to show you everything because from the box, it's just so pretty. So here is the full box, and as I open it, just look at this. The way that this is presented, it's almost like a piece of jewellery, a piece of art, something you'd want to hang up on your wall. And there's a little booklet that comes with it. So the booklet that comes with it is not about the makeup, it's about the history. And on the back here is a poster of the statue. So I love that. I'm a history student. That was what my degree was in, not makeup, history. So I am all over this. I love things like this. Let's look inside this beauty. So on the back it's all in gold. And then let's open this up and see. Look at this. Oops. So you can see the embossing of the statue running across all four. Absolutely gorgeous. So as I understand it, this one is the highlight, and then these ones can be used on the eyes. If you know me, you know I love green, so that will be going on my eyes today. And a good stand-up packaging, fantastic size mirror. I haven't taken the sticker off, which is why it looks like that. Just luxury, pure luxury. And here are the 4 eyeshadow shades. So that's that green, which has a bit of a shift in it. Isn't that gorgeous? And here are the other shades. They're all shimmers. So I might need to use a bronze powder in my crease before I start. And here is the highlighter. I don't know if you can see that against my skin. I'll show you on my hand. Maybe I'll show up a bit more where I've got my tan. Yeah, that is a perfect highlight for me actually. I will actually try to just use this palette, so I'm going to go in with the more bronzy highlight. I'm using my Refa 15 mini, and I'm going to take this in the crease. I wouldn't normally use a highlight sparkly one, but this was made by Lisa Eldridge, if you don't know, or designed by anyway. So I'm going to trust that I can use this all over the eye. That is so pretty. It's actually quite a nice shade for the crease, very easy to put on. Stunning formula, very lightweight and just blends out in seconds. Run this underneath as well. And now in with this fabulous green using my Refa number 2. I'm going to take this all over the lid. Oh wow, I knew I'd love that. That packs a huge punch, considering I'm not using my finger to try to get more impact. That is beautiful. Wow. Wow. What a unique shade of green as well. It's got sort of shifts in it, almost picking up on darker green and almost like a gold as well. Wow. And I'm going to run the green underneath as well, hoping that this will cover me as an eyeliner, which I think it will because it's got that sort of depth in it. So I won't need to use an eyeliner today, which is great. Completely obsessed with this, I really am. Look how good that is as an eyeliner. This is the quickest eye look I've put together in a long time as well. I'm going to take this gold now using the 207 and I'm going to pop this here. Oh, genuinely excited. I'm so glad I picked this up. It's quite expensive. I think it's about £70, so I did and ah about it a bit when I missed it the first time. But I didn't and ah for very long, in all honesty. And I have to say, best decision ever. Oh, look at that with the green, how that works. Oh wow, I'm just taking it a little bit onto the lid there. Chances of this being in my top 5 all-time eyeshadow palettes is currently super high. Super high. I think I'll take the highlight shade as well and run that underneath the brow. Perfect for under the brow. This would also be nice in the inner corner if you didn't want to go for that gold. So here is my super easy and quick look using this palette, which I have fallen head over heels in love with. Absolutely stunning. Honestly, I could wear this every day of my life. I really could. If everyone took away every eyeshadow palette in my collection, I could wear this every day and be so happy. I'm so glad I didn't use a bronzer as well in the crease because I just love all of it together. Stunning, stunning. Just such an elegant formula. It's not that super overpowering sort of sparkle, but it's just right. It's just right. Wow. Love, love, love. And here is how it looks with mascara. Totally obsessed. I really love the way that this green just looks so deep as an eyeliner as well, because look how sparkly and light it looks on my eyelids. But when you use it with a more dense brush and use it as an eyeliner, it looks like more of a deep green. It's just wonderful. Love, love, love. Anyway, I'm going to try this highlighter now. I'm using my Chikuhodo highlight brush. I'm going to take this highlight here. Beautiful. That is my kind of highlighter, the perfect shade, perfect level of shine, not emphasizing anything in particular at all, mature skin friendly for definite. And take this down the nose and the Cupid's bow, and then the other side. That is a beautiful highlighter. If this just had a bronze in, I would have everything I could ever want. Stunning. Well, this is a massive hit. If this was a brand new release, I'd probably be already saying it's the release of the year, but it's not. But it's my favourite thing I've tried this year. I am totally in love with this. I love it. So now, lastly onto the lips, I've got 4 of the Lancôme Butterglow. I'll just show you what the packaging is like. I've got the emblem here, this sort of metal strip, and the rest is clear. And the metal strip on the top there, and you can just see the lipstick peeking through. And here is the bullet. It's quite a thin bullet, as all of these balms are pretty much these days. Very, very familiar, isn't it? So described as Care in Glow Colour Balm for instant shine, instant supercharged hydration and overtime skin barrier repair. Lightweight and non-sticky texture to visibly plump the lips and smooth out lip lines. Powered with 12% squalane 1 and ceramides, crafted in 15 different shades, giving you up to 24 hours hydration. It will reduce fine lines over time and it's got a buildable colour, it says. So I chose one from the brown, red, berry and pink range so we can really see how these are. Obviously I've only chosen one, but it's good to see in the different sort of colour categories. So starting with 53, this is called the Tea is Hot. So this is in the brown category. That's how that's looking on my hand. This definitely feels thicker than most of the lip balms I've tried. It has more of a feel of lipstick, but with the hydration, so it's definitely more of a mix of the two, I'd say. And it's got a lot more pigmentation compared with, say, the Lisa Eldridge new balms or bombs. I'm not sure how you pronounce the Lisa's the one, but you know what I mean. I've tried that here on my channel. Very comfortable. I think this will last a bit longer because it's a bit thicker. It's just gripping more to the lips. Very, very comfortable formula. I love these sorts of formulas generally, but I really like this. I like the way it's got more pigments as well. So this one is not giving the sort of shine that you get from Dior, but it's giving the same sort of thickness as you get from Dior. Again, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's quite unique actually. It's definitely different from the ones I've tried. And probably one of the better ones I've tried, in all honesty, because this is giving me the lipstick and the hydration all in one without me feeling like I'm missing out on one of those things. Normally you get the hydration but you don't get the pigmentation, or you don't get the longevity. Like with Lisa's, I love hers but they don't last. This one, I know I've just tried it, but I can tell from the formula that this will last me much longer. This sort of formula does grip. So this one is number 53, the Tea is Hot. This one is number 42, Heated Glow, and this is in the red range. And that's how that's looking on the back of my hand. It doesn't look very pigmented, this one, but I know me, I would not have chosen one of the deeper reds. So that one is Heated Glow, definitely not overly red, which for me is fine. In fact, I think it's really nice with this look, this colour. I'll just actually compare this to the Lisa Eldridge shade. I've got Red Curve here, which is my favourite Lisa Eldridge shade. This is Lisa Eldridge Red Curve here, and this one is the Lancome number 42 Heated Glow Red. So I think on this occasion the Lisa Eldridge one is a bit more pigmented. And I'm also comparing the Lisa Eldridge Sweet Fig with the first one I tried, which is the Tea is Hot, because they're both in the brown category. So just giving you an idea there. So the Tea is Hot, it's got more of a reddish tone to it and definitely more pigmented than Sweet Fig. So the next one I've got is Lisa's Coral Glow. I think this is inspired by Lisa Eldridge, but I'm guessing by the name. And that's how that's looking on the back of my hand. So this is in the pink category. These have a very slight but very pleasant scent to them as well. Can't quite put my finger on what it is. Possibly a bit minty, I'm not sure, but it's very pleasant, something you didn't get with the Lisa Eldridge, but it's very, very mild. And here it is compared with the Lisa Eldridge Épanoui. This is Épanoui here on the top. Quite similar, aren't they? This one's got a bit more pigment, so this one's Lisa's Coral Glow and this is Épanoui. Very, very pretty, this one. My favourite one so far, I think. Really beautiful, and this will go with just about every look. And lastly, I've got Mauve Titivation, and this is in the berry category. That's how it's looking on the back of my hand. Not that different really to the previous one. So I'm comparing this to Épanoui from the Lisa Eldridge again. So you can see there's more pigment again in this one. So that's number 47, Mauve Titivation. I don't think any of these need a liner either. They just seem to reach the edges of your lips and give them enough colour and enough shape for you not to need it. So these are perfect for quick application, but more of a perfected application than you often get with a lip balm. So I think you could do these without a mirror because they're just very easy if you apply it to more of the sort of central area of the lips, and just do that and you're done without having to really check and worry that you've got anything blurred on the outside of your lips. And I think this will last you a lot longer. I will test this. I'll put a comment below if it's Well, I'll tell you generally anyway. I will pin a comment for you to let you know about longevity. I'm about to go off and have breakfast and coffees and things, so let's see how long it lasts, because I'll be leaving this one on. So there we have it. That is my final look using all of these products. I have actually added a bit more powder on the cheeks because the blush was a bit overwhelming for me. Obviously I had added 2 layers, so that's why. It's not the fault of the blush. And as we saw from that, if I'm going to speak about the blush first, I would definitely apply it on top of powder for me. It's entirely up to you, but I think it will disappear otherwise. So for me, the Haus Labs blushes are good, not a favourite, but they're good. I think the orange colour, the Tangelo, was particularly nice, so I'm definitely going to try this one a bit more, but I will keep playing with these and I will give you an update at the end of next month now, because obviously we're coming right to the end of June, so these will be in my July updates. A bit delayed, but they took quite a long time to get to me ordering them here in the UK. And the same with the Lancôme, actually. They took a very long time for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't usually take that long, but they did. So I've basically received these yesterday and I ordered them when they released. But anyway, I hope they've been helpful and I've chosen sort of good colours to give you an idea. I think these are a beautiful formula. Probably one of the best out there in this formula, so if there's a colour you don't have and you like this sort of formula, I would definitely be recommending them to you. I think that they are really, really nice. I like the fact that they've got that bit more pigment, so you will find you feel you're wearing more of a lipstick, especially if you go for one of the deeper shades. So very, very happy with these. Beautiful. Love the packaging. Love everything about them. So I think they're probably the nicest one I've tried this year, and I've tried some really good ones. So they're very close to Lisa Eldridge. But if I'm going to be honest, I do prefer that bit more pigment, so I probably would go for these over the Lisa Eldridge now. But a very fine line. They're both beautiful. And as for the Richelieu palette, well, I don't really need to say much more other than, wow, I'm in love, as you know. Absolute perfection. Just look at that. This has got to be one of the best eye looks ever, and the easiest. So user-friendly, so easy. You can use it as a liner. You can use it for all your eye looks. You can use it for the inner corner, under the brow, in the crease, and then you've got your highlighter in there as well. Absolutely stunning. I love the history behind it. I love the incredible embossing. I love everything. Fabulous. Going in a funny order here, but anyway, I first tried these on. I already knew that I loved them, so I don't really need to tell you that I love them, but I hope you saw today just how much of a fabulous base you get with Erborian, and I highly recommend trying out this brand. It really is fabulous. And I love this concealer. I really, really love it. Look at the coverage I've got there, where I normally have something peeking through the sunspot I've got there, and it's giving me that coverage with the powder. It's locked it down. So absolutely love it. It sits so beautifully, so complementary to fine lines and aging skin under the eyes like I have. So highly recommend them. They really are mature skin friends. Love them. And that's all from me for today. I've loved trying on these, as you can probably tell, and I am really looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Have you tried any of these? Are you already a fan of the Richelieu, for instance? Or are you buying, or have you already bought anything else that I've tried today? I would love to hear from you down below in the comments section. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love it so much if you did subscribe. And if you already have, then welcome back, and thank you so much for returning to my channel. I really do appreciate you very, very much. And that's it from me for today. I hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.